Welcome back, everybody, to the electronic age. I'm your host, Adrian Saya, and on today's episode, we got a very special guest. We got my man Eskuche in the building.
Yo, what's up? Thanks for having me, bro.
Of course, man. Hey, I'm so excited to actually have you here, man. Every time we pass by one another at a show, we're like, "Yo, podcast," you know.
Podcasts, yeah, it's time.
So now
Fuck it.
we finally got it on the books. You can sit down and have the conversation.
Let's do it.
All right. So, for those of you who don't know, Eskuche is one of the biggest Miami staple DJs here in the space that we have here in Miami, Florida. He's been here for about 4 or 5 years now. Is that right?
Fifth year.
Wow. 5th year and already making
can't believe
a
it.
huge name for himself. So, how about we start from the beginning? Tell me, how did you get started in DJing?
So I think it's all started for me back when I was living in Russia.
Okay.
So my friend he was owning the club, and basically I was going to all these parties and meeting the DJs, and I kind of like this culture of the parties, like all of this, but I didn't like the music, and I didn't like all this was commercial Russian remixes. It still was fun, but it wasn't for me.
Gotcha.
While I kind of like got this idea, I want to learn how to DJ. So one of my friends, he actually like gave me a couple lessons in the beginning, actually in the club when the club was closed. So he was like, he taught me how to DJ. And then basically me and my other friend, we just like, what, let's get a pair of CDJs just like for the house. Let's just try
See
it.
what happens.
Yeah, and we bought this old school CDJs that was like 2000, probably 8 or 9.
Wow.
It was like, I don't remember exactly what the name of them. It's 3000s.
But you basically had to put in a CD, right?
No, it's not even CDs. It's basically putting CDs, but it's like 2 different decks.
Okay.
So first deck is for you put in 2 CDs.
Yep.
Second deck is like 2 small like jug wheels,
Yep,
but
yep.
small ones like this. It still was Pioneer. It was like 3000. I don't remember.
Way back.
Way back, but they was fun. They was, and so I started learning, and actually, like my friend Cab, yeah, he's like, what, like when you want to try like play like in the club, like for 1 hour or whatever, like in a local club in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, fuck it, let me try. I played it, but it was cool. But it was my probably like first ever try there, and then I just like I didn't like the music, and like because I all have to play the commercial stuff. So, and then this America thing came up. My friend said, "You know what? We go in to New York for 3 months. You wanna come with us?" And I was so bored already in Russia, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go.
love
Let's
it.
see. I didn't even know where I'm going. I thought Manhattan's a street. I don't know. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We figure out.
Love it.
Yeah, I just got there, and basically it was super funny because I was living there for months probably, and so I wanted to smoke weed, and I didn't know where to go. So my friend went to the supermarket, and I met my friend who's like still like one of my closest friends till
To this
today,
day?
till this day.
Wow.
And I was seeing this guy in the yellow hat, like this dude knows where to find weed.
Yellow hat. It's clearly it just sells
and
weed.
first I'm coming to him, I said, bro, like, can you like help me out? He's like, he thought I'm undercover. I said, dude, what the fuck are you thinking about? Anyways, we made the friends, and he's like, yo, you want to go with us to Pasha one day? Like maybe one of the weekends, come with us. Let's like, I show the club.
Wow.
Because they've been going like every week,
Yeah.
I said, yeah, well, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I came, it was probably, I think it was like Boris Get Wet party.
Wow.
And this, like, after this party, I like it so much. I don't know, it was a vibe. This, like, just the grooves, like,
And it felt like people didn't really have phones around that time. Like
people,
heavy,
no phones.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
all
phones.
music.
It's 2010. There's no phones. It's just like beats, and
Music.
this is boom, boom, like all this smoke and stuff. Like, fuck, this is cool. And
Wow.
after it, I really got like hooked up seriously in this. Like, this is what I want to do.
They became your world.
Yeah, it's just like this finally like kind of like all the pieces in the puzzle. Came
So-
together. It's like I like this, but I didn't like the music. Now I found the music I like, and I love this, and I and I always wanted to produce music. So I think like it's finally a music I probably can make.
So it just really aligned with you in that moment. Now, I'm guessing you had to go back to Russia at some point.
I'm going to Russia sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You told me a little bit before this show that when you tried to go back, you actually lost all your belongings.
Yeah. So basically, yeah. After my first trip to New York, I came as a tourist, right?
Uh-huh.
So I think, you know what, maybe I should get a driver license here. I went to DMV. They said, oh, you need to like, you don't have social security number, so you need to like whatever. It's complicated. So I was going there. I'm trying, like got all these bills up on the debit cards. So in the end of the day, like I finally fucking got this driver license.
Nice. Nice.
Two days before I'm going back to Russia. We have like it's arriving, right? My driver license arrived. Like fuck yeah, it was 3 mistakes in my name. I like whatever, fuck it.
Damn.
I'll take that.
You're about to get identity fraud like right away. Okay.
No. I think the lady, she just like I don't know. She typed it wrong because it's like Russian name, complicated.
Okay.
For her, it's probably like Chinese. She's like, oh my goodness. So I got the driver license, and the night before we have like a bye basically party with all my friends I met. These guys I went to Pacha, and also I went to this fucking party. We're waking up, rushing to airport. Like we're not gonna make this flight, It's and we actually fucking made this flight.
What?
Yeah,
all right.
so we made the flight. We're flying back, and I don't know. I have my passport, my ex-wife passport, and my wallet with all this American debit cards, my driver license, all of this, and
Your
I just
life, basically.
Basically, all I did is 3 months, and I just put it in a pocket in the front seat. Like in a plane, you have this pocket, right?
Yep.
Boom! I put it there. Okay, we landed. It's a long flight. We landed. I'm coming to Russian customs. Like fuck, passports in the pocket.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So what did you do? Because I feel like, how could you prove to them?
That was fucking mission, bro.
Well, I'm happy that you didn't end up in some mysterious area. Like we're just.
I honestly was happy because in Russia you have this internal passports.
Okay.
Which I actually put away because I didn't need them all the time.
whole
They was
time,
in my backpack.
Yeah.
So we went to the consulate. I showed them Russian passports. Like I work here for 10 years, and I was so shit like this. I said, bro, I just put them in the pocket. I don't know who like fuck. Someone just stole the passports because they saw the wallet.
Someone was in that pocket.
Bro, someone, and that's it. Like all gone.
Damn.
All gone.
All
and
right.
the visas is not even recoverable.
Wow.
So all the visa we did, you have to go through all the process again.
Oh, dude, that's a pain in the ass.
But I got so lucky after 2 months in Russia. Like, you know what? I want to go back. The same to my wife. It's like, okay, let's fuck it. Let's try one more time. So we go in, like applying all of this stuff one more time. Going to American consulate in Moscow back in the day. I'm coming exactly to the window, and there is exactly the same lady which gave me visa before, and she remembers me.
You're lying.
I swear to you. I'll swear to you. She's like, yo,
What are the
I
odds?
just gave you the visas like 4 months ago. Like, I lost our passports. Oh, I'm so sorry. Boom, boom. 2 more visas.
Dang. Bro, I feel like if that was anyone else, they would not believe you. You'd be like, hey, look, it was the pocket. I'm telling you.
I was honestly, I was very worried because we stayed in America for 3 months. Just got the visas, came back, applying for visa again. It's like little suspicious. I would say that, and I was like going there, like, you know what? If it's meant to be, it's meant
Fuck
to
it.
be.
We're
Yeah,
gonna do it.
let's give it a shot. And we come in, and it's the same girl. So it's
Love
just like I'm like fuck.
So
yes.
when you finally came back, at what point were you like, all right, I need to actually make this fully like my career? Like I want to keep DJing and building my network. Was that an easy like transition, or did you have to like really make friends even outside of Pacha, like
That's basically what happened. I met, so basically I moved back. Probably it was December 15, 2010. So this was like permanent move. Like we go and we stay and see how it goes, So basically I decided that I want to actually like get seriously into production. So, I understand back in the days that like you can be a DJ, but if you don't make really music, it's very hard, to make it. And it's still to this day, but this day maybe it's different. It's more like YouTube, more ghost productions,
TikTok.
more all the stuff.
Yep.
TikTok. If you made it big on social media, you kind of okay.
You can really blow.
You can buy tracks and you'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And but back in the day it was a little different. So and I actually wanted to produce music. I was like have these beats in my head. Like you know what, I need to like put it out somehow. And when I was a kid, I remember I had a computer, have a Fruity Loops. I was trying like to fuck around with this.
So you were in FL Studio,
yeah,
kind of
FL
dude.
Studio, like trying to fuck around, just do like but it's like was really just fucking around. And this time I was like, you know what, I want to be serious. I actually went to school, to Dubspot for 3 months. I took a 6 month. Basically I got a 6 months course, but I only did 3 months because I felt like after third months, I just wasting my time there, just going. It's honestly about all your time you're gonna put in by yourself.
So for the people that don't know what Dubspot is, what exactly is it?
So Dubspot, I think I caught them basically when they were like really cool production school, like one of the first ones in New York, in a really nice area in the meatpacking, right where like CL and all the clubs. It was a really good place to go. Even like to go there a couple times a week was a really cool experience. You meet some people, and some like instructors were really good.
Nice.
So, I've been going there, but at some point, like, just I already feel like I can learn more by myself home, and because like at some point I just said, you know what, just sit down in the class, just like show you a couple tricks and like practice. I'm like, okay, I can practice at home. It's I don't need to go here.
Yeah, you can build your own skills. At some point, I feel like that's the natural occurrence with like whatever you learn. You like surpass the master almost. You know what I'm saying? Like you just start, you can do it on your own and just like
it's
pick
all
up
about
things
time.
faster.
It's just, even now, like people ask me like, yo, can you help me? Like, can you like? I said, dude, it's only the way if you put the hours in this. It's not really a shortcut. It's like how many times you're gonna spend in the studio, sit down and really make something, and then you probably like gonna come up. Sometimes just like it's like one day you try and it's shit. The other day, it's some like this dude said in a meme. Sometimes can be good, sometimes can be shit.
Sometimes it can be shit. Yeah.
So that's what it is,
Okay. So at what point did you feel like you went from sometimes shit to sometimes very good? I mean, like basically when you knew, okay, I can really become a really big DJ here. Did it all happen in New York first, or would you say it really happened in Miami?
I think it happened in New York. But basically what happened, so I've been really producing. My shift changed very quick to like Marco Carola.
Okay,
I was
Marco
a
Carola
big
style.
fan. 2012, I would say. I was a huge fan of Marco Carola, and like it's like, yo, this is like. But back in the day, it was like really
Different.
Cool. I don't know, minimal tech house, like percussions, really nice one. So I was like, you know what, I need to do something like this, and I did this track Into It.
Okay.
And he ended up playing it like in a radio show and in some clubs, and like best of 2013. It was like one of my first track which I was ever supported like by big DJ like this.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Dude, so you were able to get it actually released, played by Marco, or
I released
or
on this Italian label, right?
Okay.
So this Italian guys, they probably had like a Marco Carola pool or some shit like this. so they probably sent it to him as a promo, and he liked it and he played it.
Wow.
2013. So
wow.
like honestly, it's like one of my favorite tracks of the day. I think I did. It's called Into It.
Into It. Okay.
Yeah, it's super like, I don't know. It's like percussion, minimal tech house. I don't know. It's really nice.
Is it? You got it to your pocket right there.
Got it in my pocket, yeah. And I was super happy. It happened, and it's just like, yeah,
it worked out.
They worked out. Yeah.
That's so great to hear, man. And I bet that feeling was very surreal when you're like, whoa, like. This guy I've looked up to my whole life is now playing my song. He likes it a lot. Like, must have been a big moment for you.
It was a big moment for sure. Yeah, it's like I was like, fuck, that's cool.
So let's talk about working with labels and getting people to actually like take your music, right? Like these Italian guys. How did you even end up convincing them to listen to your song or even take it into consideration to release it?
Back in the day, basically, I was just going to, I think, Facebook pages or some shit like this, and they have like about. So I was just looking for emails, and just like send, boom, boom, emails,
wow.
And basically sometimes it worked out.
Nice. And what kind of motivated you to keep going? Because I'm sure it can get a little discouraging when you send 100 emails, and you don't get like one answer back. How do you feel like kept you? I need to keep sending emails. I know something is gonna hit. What inside you was
I
telling
mean,
you
if
that?
you believe in your music, if you like, just keep trying, and the end of the day, somewhere, you're gonna fall. Sometimes, like there's this track, right? I wanted actually to release on a bigger label, but the guys on the bigger label said like no, but they said that's actually how this happened. Yes, I sent it to them because I really liked the music back in the day. Was called Kina Music,
Okay.
and I know Carola played a lot of tracks from this label.
Kingdom Music.
Kina, Kina.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if it
Kina,
exists
Kina. Yeah, yeah.
till today,
Okay.
with some Italian dudes, and they said, yo, the track is cool, not for our label, but we can give this guy's contact. It's also from Italy. They probably gonna sign it. I said, okay, cool, fuck it, let's do it.
Damn, you were really resonating with these Italians. Like
Back in the day, I was like very about this style, the sound. Yeah, it's really, I don't know, it has something.
It's unique. The minimal.
Yeah, this is Marco Carola set 2012. I forgot from summer 2012. So good till today.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you actually got your song played and you were able to release on this label, how did you use that to propel your career when it came to being in New York?
So basically, what happened next? I had a friend, still has my friend, basically from Russia, and he was it's like one of the commercial producers and DJs in Russia.
Okay.
And we've been talking a lot. I actually liked one of his tracks, and he played in Moscow, but he was more in commercial stuff.
Okay.
And we've been talking, and I was like, yo, you should come to New York and like check it out. It's different world, and like, you know what? He came for 2 weeks, stayed with me. He's like, bro, I love it so much. I'm probably gonna move, And he actually like moved, and we did a duo. It was Eskuche and New Sky.
Okay.
So we signed our first track to Nervous Records,
Yeah,
then
I do
we
know, yeah.
then we actually released on Hot Creations, this AC Jump, so we did a couple cool releases, it was a good times, it was fun times, we did some good music, but duo is hard, we lasted probably like for since 2013 to 16, I would say.
Wow.
3
Still a
years,
good amount of
yeah,
time
still a good amount of
as a
time, but
duo.
also, yeah, I started and back the day was different when we released this first time on Hot Creations. We started get a lot of like booking inquiries from UK and stuff like this. But I got my green card, but he couldn't travel. So basically, I was going by myself, play these UK gigs, and then coming back to play American shows. And at like 2016 we just decided to split up, and I felt it could just be easier to do it on my own, and I kind of like had this all new music mindset what I want to do. So
when you were a duo, what was the name of the duo?
Eskuche and Nuska.
Oh, you still call it Eskuche?
Yeah, it was 2 our names basically. Yeah.
Oh, Nuska is
Nuska, yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. So how did the name Eskuche come to life?
It means in Spanish listening.
Oh, listening. Yeah, it does. It means listening.
But it's my ex-wife. Sorry. It's my ex-wife saw it somewhere, and she's like, yo, this is a really cool word.
Eskuche.
Maybe you should use it, because this basically was because I started a DJ when I moved to Brooklyn. I found some local kind of job gigs in the ship on Ship's Head Bay. I remember I played this some club called Opium. It was actually pretty good club, but it was also commercial. But it was good. Like they paid me money. I DJ'd.
It's a good setup.
Yeah, it's good setup. They even have like vinyls and stuff. Like it was good setup, but I just had to play commercial, and I didn't have a DJ name. They're like, what's that, Max K or something, And then like my actually like first gig like came up, and like, yo, what we have to put on the flyer, what's and like, yo, give me a couple days, and I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? Yeah. And she like, and like Eskuche, like, this sounds cool, and it's far away from Russian, probably, and I don't look really like Russian. A lot of people think I'm like from some South America somewhere, or Spain.
100%.
Yeah, so
you want 100%. You could pass for like a Cuban,
yeah,
Puerto
exactly.
Rican,
Until I start speaking with my Russian accent, no one no one detects. So and they're like, what, I like it, let's do it, and that's basically it.
Wow. Okay, this is really cool to hear the origin story, right? Because I remember the first time I saw you live was actually in Miami. I did think you were a Latin DJ.
Yeah,
actually, just some of the house you were also playing. I'm like, man, this is
everyone
getting the
thinks
party jumping.
yeah.
And then we talked to the first time, I'm like, you are not Latino.
No, I'm not. Yeah, at the moment I start to talk, you understand.
So you were able to get your name out. You did the duo thing. At what point were you like, I think it's time to take my talents to Miami, like LeBron would say?
Actually, no. This my breaking point actually was so basically I lived in Brooklyn till 2016.
Okay.
So I went to Ibiza once when 2000 probably 12 or 13 because I was like music on like Ibiza. We all need to go. So like I brought all this like my friends from Russia, like we were 18 people. We got like
Damn.
8-day bender on the Ibiza trip. Like I remember this music on all of this, you know, I like, yeah, this shit is cool, but it was too crazy. So I came back after it, and also we in the like last day. So all my friends from Russia are supposed to fly back one day before, and we're supposed to stay with my ex-wife one day more. So like explore like old town, do some like romantic stuff,
Okay.
whatever. So basically, my friend's leaving, and like then one of my friend wife called me like, "Yo, I can't find my husband." And we were all young, like we're 23, 24.
Oh, this is like a
25,
big deal. This is
Yeah.
like a big
And we
deal.
were like, we on the plane. He's not here. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? We just literally came from Musicon, so basically didn't sleep. I was like, no, you need to come to airport in Ibiza. I can't find my husband. And the plane left, so she went from the plane. She left the plane. All my friends left. She stayed. She like I don't have a ticket, so I can't go to this area, you know, when the boarding process is. You know, I'm talking to this Ibiza like airport people, like without sleep, all super tired,
Hungover,
like,
pretty
hungover,
much.
like what the fuck? Where is this fucking guy? And like they said, no, it's okay. It's if it's not a child, we can't announce on the microphone, so he's gonna show up at some point. I'm like, okay, thank you very much. You're very helpful, guys. So she really like. I don't know, she went through all restrooms, wherever. She didn't find him.
Wow.
Okay. 6, like I said, you know what? Let's go back to hotel, wherever we figure out what's going on. 6 hours later, he's calling me back. Bro, I just woke up. I fell asleep by the gate, like under the seats. I'm like, dude, your plane left, bro.
Your plane's gone, man.
And your wife is pissed. Oh my god.
Oh, that is a story, man.
That was funny times. But after this trip, honestly, I was like, Ibiza is cool, but maybe it's too intense for me.
Yeah, it's a little
and
crazy,
I didn't go for 4 years.
Okay.
No, it was no Ibiza for me. I like, you know, in 2016, I was like, you know what, let's go one more time. Let's see, like this time without this crazy crew. Just
go experience Ibiza.
experience. Just like, you know, I already like put some releases. I know some people. Let's go just see how it goes. And I went there and I spent like 10 days and like, you know what, next year I won't live here.
Okay.
So this was probably like the breaking point. So 2017, moving out from Brooklyn.
Wow. So you went from Brooklyn to Ibiza
Yeah.
to then Miami.
Ibiza for the season.
For the
I
season,
stayed for
okay.
7 months probably.
Okay.
I honestly was very close to move there, but I just like when it's, you know, when you go there for some time and then when you leave there, you see already like the things you have to go through, all this immigration bullshit again, do like all this stuff, and like, you know what, I'm not ready. And America's, I don't know, it's like different like level country.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in Ibiza during the winter kind of tough, so you have to go somewhere. I'm like, you know what, let's go back to New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So this is quite a journey. I feel like now you're really getting thrown into like the whole culture heavy of what house and like
Ibiza was definitely like super cultural about this. You know, you go there, it's all like billboards with DJs, like
Big name
everything,
DJs,
like
yeah.
not even about big names. You know, it's about like more the vibe. It's everything like, I don't know, like all the clubs. It's very different from America.
So what was your favorite club in Ibiza?
My favorite is DC-10 for sure.
DC-10.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice. I have friends that always go to Ibiza and they're always telling me, oh, you know, I like to go to this club.
You
I like
have
to. Go
to.
Yeah. It sounds it's quite an experience.
But
you
it's
know,
also
really
very
big.
beautiful island.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. It's really good nature, a lot of places to go. You know, a lot of like you can balance this like between, because when you go there like for 1 week or 2 weeks, you know, with your boys and like having crazy times, you don't have a real time to experience some moments. Like when you live there, you're like, okay, this party is gonna be here next week anyway. So
I can actually be present.
actually, I can't probably skip this week. It's nothing really like, it's not a big difference if I speak if I like
this
skip.
week or the next week.
Oh yeah, exactly. So basically, that's what we're doing, and I like balanced between the parties and nature and like going like have really good times on the beaches. It was amazing.
Oh, man, so you really got to experience Spain.
Yeah, Spain. Yeah. I lived there I did like 2 seasons.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And when it came to coming back to New York, at this point, were you already pretty tight with like the Hot Creations labels and like Elro, or was this all like
it
the
was all
development?
like so basically when we split up from a duo, I signed. So we signed first as a duo. We signed first ever Repopulate Mars release. It was #1 release. Leaf was like,
Repopulate Mars is
I
amazing.
gonna open the label.
Yep.
I want this track on the part of this first release. It's probably gonna take some time, but as we said, what,
This is what I want.
whatever it takes, how long it takes, just keep the track. So it probably was like 2 or 3 years. I don't know. Since he finally started Repopulate Mars. So it was this track 99. Yeah, and then basically we split up and I sent him some new tracks and he signed. This was my probably like first release after like I would say split up from a duo, this Repopulate Mars. Then I did a couple more, and then in Ibiza I was going like to the Paradise and all of this and just listening to music. And I remember after Paradise closing and just coming back home, I had like small studio set it up there. And I just like boom, 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 boom.
The inspiration is still ringing.
In 2 hours, I did this activator track. It's like pom, 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 activator, pom, 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 and just came out so quick and so natural, crazy.
Nice.
And so I sent it to Jamie. We have it all journey to signing it, and but we've actually like signed. It was second Hot Creations release, and. So I signed it with Jamie, and it just was started. It started like basically all this Eskuche thing. I think.
Nice. So after you really got it signed to Paradise and were able to resonate, you feel like that's when your career really like popped off.
I mean, it's different because I was I got back. So basically 2017 I made the track, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I played it. I played in Ibiza Global Radio. I played the show. Darius Royson liked the track and it's like, yo, you want to sign to my new label? I was like, I would love to I'll send it to Jamie first. Let's see like what he thinks, So Jamie, like a couple weeks later, he finally replied to me like, yo, I love the track, and like, okay, cool, let's get signed. But like with labels like Cut Creations, you really like have a long time to wait. So until like he played out the track a couple times, I saw like all these videos from UK. He's playing this track. Like I saw this video from Printworks, this crazy venue in UK. It's actually closed, right? Yeah. There's a video he playing my track. He's trying to connect Aramix, and music keeps shutting down on my track. I'm like, damn, he's never gonna sign it. Like it's like really like the music like turned off like 3 times, and I have like a lot of friends in UK, and they like send me the videos, like, bro, it's your track. Like the music was keep
put a virus.
But track is so fire. But track is so fire. But like music was keep turning off. I'm like, damn, fuck it. But then he's like finally came back to me like, yo, yeah, let's sign it. I did a second B-side track, and then he played it on Ultra. And then I finally got a release date. Basically, it was I went through another season in Ibiza, came back, and that of November was the release date. Basically, a year later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So it was like a long time coming.
Long time coming. Yeah. And during the second season, I met Green Velvet in DC-10. And I like, can I have your email? And he gave me his email, like, like what can I send to him? And I did this track Concentrate.
Okay.
I did like this track also, like I did this track like probably cool track, I don't know, but I didn't send it to anyone like for a couple months. And I came back to America. Hot Creations like just released probably, or maybe like a week before the release, and I fuck it, I'll send it to Curtis. Let's see what's happening.
See what happens. Yeah.
And I sent it Concentrate. He like 30 minutes like later, I love the track. Let's release it next week. Bro,
Wow.
I waited a year for Activator. This is like next week. I'm like, you sure? He's like, bro, trust me, it's full support.
This is it.
This is it. We're doing it like next week.
Wow.
I like, okay, cool, dude, let's make,
Wow.
And he really like after this, like I think my America career started.
So it's pretty amazing hearing your story because it sounds like, once the momentum started picking up, it really
It's all about momentum,
started
to be
picking up.
honest with you. It's all about momentum when you have it going. This year, like 2018 to 19, so I released Concentrate in December, I think 18. And then I had like Sola, I have like Edro, I have a bunch of different releases, lined up. I was just like every month, boom, 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 one after another,
Wow.
And Green Velvet invited me to play with him at the Shipwrecked Festival 2019 January.
Okay.
And we actually like made really good friends. We had such a good times. And after it, like he invited me to La La Land and boom, boom, boom. It's after 2019 was really like big year.
And I feel like he's a very energetic dude. Like
Yeah.
if you see just Green Velvet on stage,
He's the best. He's the best.
His energy is pretty unmatched.
Yeah,
I feel like he's a very outgoing and just like easy to connect with person.
He's great. Yeah, he's really helped me out a lot in definitely like in the United States. He definitely put me on the map, with his constant. And then I did like 4 or 5 releases.
Wow. So at what point were you like, okay, I think it's time to leave New York fully, leave Ibiza, and just come to Miami?
So basically, yeah. So I been in Ibiza 2017, 18, but because in 19 it really started picking up in America.
Okay.
Like, okay, I'm not gonna go to Ibiza, just like, because I didn't really have that. I played a couple shows there, but I didn't have like really like a stable schedule, to go there and stay there. But in
Gotcha.
America it started picking up. I like La La Land, play this, play that. I finally signed with my first agent, like in America, UTA.
Okay.
Was a really big step. And I have to stay here, and I stayed. I didn't go. And basically in 2019, my music played La La Land, and I was coming to Miami since 2012
Okay.
every year, and some years maybe like
So you already knew the vibe.
two or three times a year, But before,
Yeah.
like I think like from my first time in Miami, it was always South Beach. You go in downtown, you're like, okay, this is sketchy.
Well, you got to see it early too. So
yeah, I saw it earlier. Like,
definitely.
okay,
Definitely.
I don't know about this yet,
A
but
lot more dangerous than what it is today.
no, now it's super different. Even like since I moved in here and what is right now, it's super different, Anyways, 2019, I have my good friend Patrick. He had this crazy like in downtown penthouse.
Nice.
He's like, bro, I have like extra bedroom. You can come and stay like wherever, like no pressure,
Wow.
So I came to this Miami Music Week, played La La Land, because I signed with my first agent basically, and I stayed there like for 10 days, and coming back from New York to New York, it's cold. And I moved to Upper East Side. I always want to live in Manhattan, so I experienced this Manhattan lifestyle, which was cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Expensive but cold. That's
Cold.
the way I can explain it. Yeah.
Expensive and cold.
Expensive and cold.
And
yeah.
very like intense.
Yes.
So I basically like came there like, you know what? Maybe it's time.
Time to go to the
tropical. It's
tropical.
time to go to tropical.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after the first season in Ibiza, when you like live in a small island and you're coming back to massive city. It's such a big difference. It's really like
it slaps
in the
in
first
face.
week you just like, wow, where am I? It's crazy.
Yeah, you went from island life to like in the city, in the trenches, the city of all cities, pretty
basically. It's crazy. So yeah, I started to look to Miami, and I found the place, and basically end of 2019 I already like started like to prepare, and I think I moved January 2022.
Wow.
2020, I'm sorry.
2020, yeah.
Yeah.
So
3 months before COVID. It's
this is like honestly,
crazy timing.
I would say it's also kind of prime time, to be honest, because
So-
if you remember COVID here, we were like the only city open.
we did so good.
in the world. Like
Honestly, it kind of hit me because after 2019 I have so much things lined up.
Yeah.
Like career-wise, right? So I have this like a lot of cool things. It's Miami Music was supposed to be so crazy. I'm supposed to like 2020 play Edro and La La Land, and everything like and I got this gig in Bangkok,
Okay.
in a festival.
Okay.
So it was actually a very cool festival.
All the way in Bangkok.
It's called Color, yeah, in Thailand.
Oh,
Because I in 2019 I went to Thailand for months.
I've
I
heard
played this
crazy things
festival.
about this city.
It is crazy. So but I played this festival 2019, and I stayed in Thailand for months to like go and DJing, like in Koh Phangan, Phuket, and all these places. So basically like in islands, In 2020, they called me like, "Yo, we want you back. So we have this spot opened after Black Coffee, before Art Bat." Like, okay, this guy, like, I don't know
Damn.
how good I'm fit there, but I'll take it.
They really shoved you in the middle.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool, let's do it. And it was actually very cool, but it was like, I think it was March 7, 2020.
Okay.
When the COVID already was on the map. So I remember I'm coming there, everyone like freaking out. Artbot like too, like they freaking out, like, oh, you hear like this is like virus and stuff. And I'm super chill. I still never got COVID to this day. So I like, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah, let's do it.
Where's the festival? Fuck it.
Yeah. I'm getting booked. That's what I would say. Like, I'm getting booked.
And then like I played the festival, and I was just and it's a super long flight to Thailand, and like, okay.
Yeah, that's a big thing, man. That's like a 15-20 hour flight.
30 hours total.
Wow.
Yeah, with the connection.
Shit.
Yeah, it's a long time, bro.
Wow.
I just went to play the festival, to massage salon, and flew back.
Yeah, I can imagine. I would do the same.
And it was fun, but because I started getting calls like, "Yo, bro, like America about like it's about to, like, the border's gonna get closed. You have to fly like right now.
You gotta come back."
I like, fucking hell. Like, okay, cool. And I come in and everything started to get canceled.
Wow.
Everything.
No, literally everything.
Yeah.
Whatever. If it was an event, it was getting canceled. And what was crazy though to me though is, although everywhere in the United States was like getting closed, Florida only experienced it for maybe like 3 to 6 months of closure, and then all hell broke loose. Like everything was open, or like a lot of these underground parties,
Underground parties was very good.
In
I
Miami,
had such
it
a
was
good
like
times.
all the underground parties were like the thing. You know what I mean? It was like a random warehouse would then turn into club space all of a sudden.
I played a lot of them. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I remember once I like play. I'm just like 3 a.m. I think I played before Leaf was. I'm just got in, like, it's cool setup, all those LEDs, like 2 tracks in. I seen the flashlight, like it's probably some girl with a phone,
Yep.
And like, police, nobody moves. Fuck. I'm taking my USB bull by gun.
So you just hit. You did the race. The race.
No way, I'm staying here. Fuck this.
That's hilarious, man.
It was so funny.
2020 brought a lot of that. I feel.
Yeah, I feel like it was. So basically, when COVID started, everyone was closed for a couple months. Then Miami opened up before July 4th.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, okay, cool. We did this like villas. It was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
But then when July 4th started, like, I think everyone came here, and then it's like COVID
it blew up
here.
And
then they really shut it down for a couple months. Like, I think like till like September, October, it was like boom.
Yeah.
And then again, okay, let's go.
Let's go right back into it.
Yeah, like all like my friends, all the DJs from UK, Europe, like here, like, wow, it's like looks like Ibiza now.
Yeah, everyone came here.
Everyone came here because like
it's the only place
my
open.
friend calls me from Italy, like, bro, like I can't even go outside. We're gonna get a fine. Like, dude, what are you talking about? I just left warehouse.
About to go to the beach, have a pina colada, man.
It was so crazy, man.
So you mentioned earlier that your friend was one that let you stay in an apartment, and that sounds like an incredible thing to do. Who do you feel, because I feel like this industry can be very tough to make genuine connections, right? Who do you feel is a close friend of yours that actually made a big difference in your career, just someone that's very close to you?
Like, I mean, DJ wise?
You could say DJ wise, yeah.
I mean, like, DJ wise, I would say probably... I would say Jamie Jones, Green Velvet did probably the most, because we have a really good connection with him, and he really helped me out. Gene Farris is really good friend of mine.
Yeah.
He's like super cool dude. We just like was with him last week.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. So these people.
There's a lot of people, to be honest, to mention, but It's it's sometimes crazy because like 90% of people I know in this, because I didn't grow up here. I didn't go to high school here.
Right.
Like 90% of people I met here, I met through the music.
Wow.
And that's the craziest part, basically. Really, like 90%.
That's insane. That's
Yeah.
crazy. And have you how have you been able to nurture, like maintain those relationships?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because it's hard, right? Because I feel like as a DJ, everyone wants your attention, right? Everyone wants to pull you here. You got to meet new people there. So then, how do you make time for the people like you actually want in your life? You know?
No, I feel like if we click and we have like good times, like I'm always like, I'm always down, cool, chill,
Nice. You're available.
So yeah, available. Yeah.
them.
Because sometimes you go up with the people like with a new cruise, like if you click right away, or it's cool. If you don't click, like what can you do? It's just like that's about it.
Okay. And when it comes to what is next for you, you've accomplished so much, right? Like,
Don't think I accomplished a couple things I want to, but definitely not all of them.
so what is your bigger goal then?
I want definitely open my label, start my own events, start something on my own there where I can actually like build my own brand and actually can help out other artists, and build kind of community or some stuff like this,
Okay.
So it's, I think, kind of a main goal for artists in the end of the day, Because if you see like Jamie Jones, like he started like Hot Creations, he like opened up so much. Even before Jamie Jones was Crosstown Rebels.
Yep.
I don't know if you know the story, but Crosstown Rebels, like they released like first Jamie Jones tracks, first Tale of Us tracks, like Diamond Lazarus, like he
was the one.
He started a lot of big names right now. He started it back in 2000s. I think this is a really cool thing.
Seeing him live also has always been a treat.
Yeah, definitely. I saw him on Day Zero. I went once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
It was cool, middle of jungle.
That's pretty wild.
Big mission to get in and out, but it was super fun.
Yeah.
It's in Mexico.
He sounds like the type of guy that would be playing in the middle of nowhere jungle.
Dude, this is Day Zero. It's the next level.
Yeah, I've heard. This is in Tulum.
In Tulum, yeah. In Tulum in the
Mexico.
jungle, you have to like pretty deep in the jungle, I would say.
So, out of all the shows you've played, what would you say were like one of the most memorable ones that really stuck with you? That you're like, man, I am never gonna forget that night. It was very thrilling.
I would say definitely Elro and Arc. The 3 days I played last year.
Oh, okay, really? At Arc?
At Arc, yeah. Arc is a really cool festival. It's without like it's all about no like kind of EDM or commercial music. It's all like underground. It's really good vibes, very well organized, not too big, not too small.
Yep.
The music is perfect, and I play these Elro stages for 3 days, so I can like kind of different set times too, so from like opening to mid slot to like peak hour slot, and also we played with Jim Faris and his boat after party. So I played 4 days straight.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So a lot of playing.
I was behaving, no parties, no after parties. I was like, play,
You're
go.
keeping it straight.
Keeping it straight,
Nice.
Not fucking around.
Yeah. And for those who don't know in our audience what ARC is, it is an incredible music festival in Chicago.
Yeah.
My first time going to ARC was actually last year. And
That's when I played.
No, dude, I loved it. I loved
Oh,
every
really?
bit of it. Yeah. It was an incredible festival. And what I loved is how well organized it was. And for those who are thinking about VIP is so worth it there. It's like you get your own section. It's like it's nice. It's a good festival. Good mix.
I didn't have that experience, but sounds nice.
You kept it straight.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, what do you feel is going to be your next step to actually make that dream happen of building that community? Like you're making a very good name for yourself, right, in the DJ world. So, what do you think is the next step to actually maybe build that brand that you're looking for?
I think the next step is actually like start a label, and I actually want to do it like a year ago, but for some reason like I was like not sure about this name and stuff. Boom, this track. So it's kind of like, and honestly, at some point I was, after all these releases I've done, I was in the point where it's like I want something different, and I think I went a little bit too minimal. I got like really dig too deep in the Romanian minimal and shit like this.
Okay.
Maybe it was a little extra, but it was fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
I always like this kind of music. It's just like it's definitely not a commercial music. It's
No, not at all.
not at all. But it's
Not at all.
really some of the tracks like you listen to them like fuck, this dude's up to something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's but basically kind of right now I just wanna put some releases, let the summer flow, and after the summer I want to start the label.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea for a name?
I have ideas. Actually before I was like, okay, it should be Passion, because Passion was my biggest track.
Okay.
And I like the kind of name Passion. But then I was doing all this like, I don't know, this king mode shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing like king mode.
Kink
So-
mode?
Yeah. So
Okay.
basically I was like, it was just fucking around, honestly.
Okay, yeah.
I even did like fake tattoos on my fingers, king mode. I don't know, but people like loving them, and all my friend, my manager, like said, bro, you should like name a label king mode,
So, when you say king mode, right?
Yeah. The king mode basically means when you go like, I don't know, like full send. I don't know, shit,
Alright.
kind of like similarity, like
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. Like king shit. You're
King shit,
really
yeah, like-
king, like you
Yeah.
are the one. You're it
Not
right
even
now.
I'm the one. It's just not even about me. It's about like like full send. What means
Yeah, no, it's
like
like a state of
you go,
of
like-
being right now.
you
yeah.
go full in.
Yeah.
Basic king mode means like okay, you go like kind of like this.
Okay, I'm happy you said king mode. I thought you said kink mode, and that's a very different. It's a very different
King,
vibe.
king, no king.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. No kinky shit. It's gangster.
I was like, hey, I think your label will be very popular in Berlin if that was the name,
I mean, I don't mind Berlin.
So have you ever played elsewhere besides Europe, or have you ever stick to like? Have you ever played in Russia? Like, have you ever gone
Yeah.
back and played?
Honestly, yeah, I
back
played in Russia. So recently I played in this club called Gasgolder.
Okay.
It's a really nice venue. Back in the day, Paradise, the Jamie Jones did the parties there.
Wow.
It's really nice. It's outside and inside
Is it in Moscow?
in Moscow, yeah.
Okay.
But it's like they can go like until midday or afternoon,
Oh, so it's like
It's
an
kind of like
all-time-
space,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
outside
Wow.
during the summer.
Okay.
It's really cool. This place is something else in Moscow.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sure the weather is like beautiful at that time.
I mean, sometimes now it was snowing yesterday.
No, when I think Russia, I think cold, right? So, but
Dude.
when I hear summer in Russia, I'm thinking, okay, maybe
honestly
better.
like I called my mom. She's like, "Oh, it was snowing yesterday." I'm like, wow,
Damn.
it's fucking May.
Makes sense. Though. That's sounds about right with that area. So when it comes to what you want to do with the label, you want to build these things. What kind of sound are you going to be going for?
This is a very good question because you know what, the times change. Like even like generation of ravers and party people like change every
Always.
like 5 to 7 years, right?
Always.
So like and every I feel like wave. Even I spoke with this about Gin Forest, like because he's been like a legend for a long time,
Very long time.
and we spoken about the waves like every five or so. And even like I think about myself, like 2014 I did this Hot Creations, and like basically Corolla released 2 was 13-14, right? So 2017, 18, 19 I came up with this activator and it's concentrate and all this kind of sound. I wasn't referencing anyone, I was just like, came from this fucking Paradise closing. Like, you know what? I have a drum machine. Like, okay, I put the swing on, toof, 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 boom, 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 boom.
It happens.
It happens magically.
Yeah.
And then after it, like, okay, this is probably sound I can follow for some time, right? But then, like, as an artist, you start getting bored. Okay, I did this. Like, I did like 10 tracks like this. Okay, I do 11 tracks like this. Is it inspiring me? Not really, Is it like, what's next,
It's gonna push that boundary.
Yeah, so basically right now I'm in this kind of moment where I want to find what's actually like really like what is my next sound,
Okay.
because I don't know, it's just I know I can do like another passion track, it's kind of like I already know how to do it. I know it's probably gonna work, but I'm not super excited about this, I want something like next chapter, something
You want
like
something you could really dig into. And
I want
go all
something
the
like
way.
next, like what's next, like as an artist, something like this. You know,
Okay.
like another, like they
Oh
did
yeah, no,
like
another really. I think I would say they even revolutionized sound
they
right now
they
for
like you know
house.
they was writing tech house in 2014.
Right,
Then they did like all this kind of
singing.
minimal boom boom, and now they
Yep.
went like to like almost this really cool high quality commercial sounds. You know, like it's really cool to see the progress. You know, the guys like they've been up to something really cool dudes. I really like what they're doing like with the music.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's sexy. That's the best way I
sexy,
can
yeah,
explain it. Like when you hear it in the
sexy,
club,
catchy. You know,
I could see all the girls like singing and like you already know when that's the vibe. It's like, all right, well, these guys have the summer anthem now, right now.
definitely, yeah. You know, this track. No, they did a good job. That's all like the way I brought it in. Basically, you can see like dynamics. Because like if you listen to them tracks from 2014, 15, like Boogeyman track is like kind of tech house. Then they did this all like when the minimal wave, like deep house minimal, or like I don't know how you like better to explain. Like Chris Stacey, Archie Hamilton, all these guys went to before the COVID. Like
Yep.
this thing blew up. You know, they've been kind of like not exactly the same, but kind of like in this basically.
In
you
that
know,
pocket.
in this
Like,
pocket, yeah.
That's the pocket.
And
I'm
now
thinking,
they
yeah.
went like, okay, you know, fuck this pocket. We gonna fucking do something like our own, and they did this album, and it's like, you know, it's
Nice.
really like
It's
yeah,
different.
yeah, that's I think in this industry it's very important to be different, because if you're gonna like, even when I released Activator, you know, I heard so much like tracks and people like trying to copy this like same arrangement, same sounds, you know. And it's cool. I was happy about this because, you know, at least I know I started something. You know, it's cool.
You
But
created that little wave,
little
yeah.
wave. You know, at least like create some wave. You know, but I was first in this wave.
Okay.
It's all about like where in this like train, like, you know, how far are you in. You know, if you like create something, you know, like these guys could do like this only minimal. I mean, of course, it was around before, you know, but this wave when it came back, they were the first.
They
on the
seem like
train.
the pioneers.
Yeah, they like seem
yeah,
pioneers,
right.
but maybe they were not because it was before.
It could have been, yeah.
It probably maybe was 15 years ago.
Right.
Because if you go deeper, you know, the old music like 90s, bro, they did everything. If you deep 90s 2000s, bro, it's so much music, so
You're
much
not
good
wrong.
music. Yeah,
You're not wrong.
it's just the waves. They just keep coming back.
And it's just all remixed into like a different genre, into a different sound.
It's not even
and
remakes. It's
consistency.
just new generations of the people. You know, it's just basically the guys who did this back in the day, 15 years ago. They might maybe not even be around. Like a lot of the producers, and these guys came in
Change the game.
like, oh, you know, this is a new hot sound right now. You know,
I like that. So that's what you want to encompass with your own label going forward. You want to really find that wave again. You know, that good spot.
I want to find, I want to like develop my sound into something. Probably like that's still gonna be my sound, but I don't know. It's complicated.
Oh, I hear you though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to articulate it well for the audience to really understand, because I think this is one of the most important parts of being an artist, right? It's understanding how can I push the boundaries of my own creativity.
Exactly.
Right.
That's not easy, you know.
Not easy at all, right? Because creativity as it is very hard to come up with.
Because also you never know what's like this track passion, right? I did this track quickly. I remember when I used to live in Manhattan after first or second, probably after second season in Ibiza, you know. I've been talking to Hannah once. It's like, yo, I want to do something for my label, you know, and be talking like for some time. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll do it. Like, okay, the next tracks I give it to you, and I'm like, okay, I need to do something. Boom, boom, passion. I don't even remember. Dun, 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 boom. I'm like, okay, this is probably cool. And then this track, like, first it got released, it got some support. Not like as big as like Concentrate and Activator before, you know, like Paranoid tracks on Elro. Like, okay, it's at least like I did some job. Everyone likes it. Cool. COVID happens, right? I'm sitting home. My friend's like, yo, Fortet is playing right now, Mix Mac Live home.
Wow.
You know, I'm like, oh shit. But after this track is just like it played in Madison Square Garden.
What?
So 30,000 people.
It blew up.
Fortet played it with Skrillex and was it Fred again?
Fred again. Also,
Yeah,
when they were doing that, like,
Yeah.
Wow.
30,000 people, and like between this period, basically, every DJ you can imagine played this track, and it happened like a year later after release. I was already like forgot about this track. Like, hey, it was a good track, but maybe
Didn't
it's
get
like
the pop that I
didn't
thought
get
it
the
would.
pop, and then it popped up. It became my biggest track for like for 2 years straight. It's been playing like 2020, 2022. Every week, bro. No jokes. Every week, I was tagged in the stories. This Peggy Go, Chris Lake, Fotet. I don't know. I was with the Fotet, so like because Fotet was such a big supporter, because he
Big
like
time.
big time. I went to meet him, and he played in Space Park.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember when
with
Space Park.
floating points.
Yeah.
Also, like he supported a lot. So I went, I met the guy. He's super cool dude, and we like he played this track, and then, like we went to space, and he was playing with Chris Lake, so we went to space. So he played it in Space Park. He played it in space, and Chris Lake was starting after him, and one of first or second track, Chris Lake playing his Passion again, third time in the same day. I like, and I'm standing with Fotet actually,
Oh
and he
man,
was like, "Yo, dude, you
dude,
see," I like, "Damn, that's crazy,"
your track was like just catching wildfire. Everyone
Wildfire. It was
wanted,
like
yeah.
everywhere. I still like once in a while get like someone still playing it. It's really cool. That's I feel when you do track, it's like kind of not probably timeless. It's a very big word, but gets still played like 4 or 5 years later since the release, because nowadays all the music is very quick.
It's a beautiful thing about art, though,
Yeah,
right? It is timeless in a way
not all of
because
like the ones. I don't know the statistics, but it's like once in a while track really sticks in for really some time. It's usually right now it's such a like every week new music
turnover. Yeah.
turnover, boom 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 boom. That's it.
Yeah. And you're not wrong, man. I think that's the beautiful thing about art. Like it can be timeless. It really can, because even to this day, you got people playing songs from, like you said,
Exactly.
the 90s, the 80s, the 70s.
I mean, ages for me was the best music ever done. This tracks like these guys was loved. I don't know.
They're
It's insane.
crazy, but they're still being played today. And then that kind of just goes to show you how timeless art can be, and it can stick, and you never know when it's going to pop. Because I'm sure for some people in the 80s even, that song probably wasn't a hit. And then now, 2020, some DJs playing in the club, and it just goes crazy, right? So you never know.
You never know.
You never
Exactly.
know.
But exactly in the same time, again, this like age we live in right now with social media, and maybe if a track gets big on like TikTok or like Instagram Reels, it got really picked up very well. And like, it wasn't like this back in the day. Now this is probably the good thing, because I saw some tracks like really blew up from a TikTok, or I'm not a big TikTok user, not gonna lie to you, but or Instagram and all
It
the
is
real
what's,
stuff.
like,
Yeah,
popping
it
right
was
now,
popping.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's little different, but in general, I want to say it's so many tracks right now getting released every week. So people like they lose attention like too quick. Every week is a new music. It's like I feel in general people just like can't really like that attention. It's like attention deficit. I don't know. It's it's
Yeah.
it's a hard scrolling.
Yeah.
The same as music. It's like boom boom boom. It's
The
gone
easier, even though it's easier to consume, it's just as easier out the door. Because
out the door. Next week is out. Next week is out one.
you're
Yeah.
already gonna get a new input of scrolling that's gonna
Yeah.
give you new music. So it's just easy in and out. And what's interesting is I think this is actually changing a lot with even the way Spotify is doing things. And a lot of these record labels, they're even changing the way that they approach artists based on social media, right? Like
That's true. For now, yes.
it's
a
huge.
lot. Yeah.
It's changing, just because of how quick the turnover can be, and it's pretty wild to see.
I mean, you can tell that because if you big on social media, right, and you can say, "Oh, go everyone buy my track on Beatport," and honestly, for Beatport, is not such a big numbers. So if you can go top to get in top 100, if you have like solid following on Instagram, or like go buy my track, you can get in top 100, or maybe even top 10, and who knows if you did this track or not. It doesn't matter, but you have a following, and this following you can actually like. It's your monetized. You monetize the following, can be your fans who gonna actually buy the ticket to your show. Which like a lot of like serious, super cool producers that like do really good music, they don't have it. They do cool school music. They're good in the music stuff, but they not good on social media, you know.
Right.
I'm in myself. I'm not that good on social media.
Yeah.
You know, I wish I could do better.
No, but it does. It has changed the business of music and the way
It
that things
did.
go full circle, right? Like now, I think more than ever, artists can be very independent and allow themselves to build such a massive following that they can actually monetize for once in
Exactly.
history.
Yeah,
Right.
you can open your own label. You're not like, you know, just keep all the money.
Yeah.
And if you can sell it right anyway, so what's the difference does it make, you know? Because
Yeah.
back in the day, the label was a goal because, you know, like the big label, like for me, was like, okay, Hot Creations was like my dream, you know, and all these guys like have this huge following, huge like marketing promotional team, you know. They, you know, it's definite, and actually it did. They did definitely like putting on the radar, you know, like everyone like playing the tracks, you know, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
But now, if you have like big following by yourself, and you can just like I don't know release music on your own label, if you know you can actually promote it with these reels, and they go viral, you maybe don't even need a label.
You just got it.
Yeah,
got it on
yeah.
your
You
own.
just like if you're smart with this, you just go by yourself.
Wow. So we're coming up about on time. So tell me, is there anything you would love to tell the audience now that you're here?
Just keep going, do what you love, and enjoy the ride.
All right. I love that.
Yes.
I love that. That's some good advice, honestly. Because
Yeah.
even hearing your story, you have to enjoy the ride. You don't know where it was going to take
Exactly.
you, but
You
it took
have
you
to
great
enjoy the
things.
process, honestly. Otherwise, it's gonna be tough.
Of course. All right. Well, good piece of advice. For
Yo.
all those in the audience. Oh, I can't leave you hanging. I don't want to leave you. But Eskuche, thank you so much for,
Thank you for
being
having me.
here, man.
It
Yeah,
was
this
fun.
has been a fantastic conversation. I've really
Thank you.
enjoyed it. For all those in the audience, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys will tune into the next one. Catch us on Electronic Age Pod on Instagram. And of course, Eskuche Music is right here.
Thank you.
Make sure to give
Thank
him
you,
a
guys.
follow. Listen to his tracks. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you. Peace.